YYY, and we are an experimental pop group from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our music is fairly eclectic. It all fits into a box, more or less, but the box is just a little bigger than most other genres.
Feels just like a magazine. On the same wavelength as those in the cool world, you never want to sleep alone.
I started making beats and kind of messing around with production when I was around 19, so maybe 8 years ago. And it wasn't really even until about 4 or 5 years ago that I started singing. That was like a pretty steep learning curve, but I would just find pockets or certain tones in my voice that I really liked, and then just kind of run with that for an entire song. A lot of my songs are just experiments that I just kind of took and ran with. Jess plays drums in YYY, and it started out where I had this record made and I really wanted to perform it live, but I needed a drummer. And so Jess and I kind of connected there and started playing live shows together.
I explain it as sad boy art rock sometimes, sad boy art rock duo. But yeah, I play drums in the band. It's one of the most unique things I've ever been a part of. It's music that I haven't heard coming from anywhere else. You know, maybe I just don't listen to the same influences as him. We have different, by trade, music stylings, but I really haven't ever heard anything like that, and I thought that was super cool.
When I fall, you're enough. I don't mind the blood. I see that unknown territory caught your eye. Now that you and I are us, you and I are us.
Jess and I recently just rented this house. It's been nice because we were able to streamline a lot of the stuff. If I'm doing something and I need her opinion on it, instead of me having to bounce the song out, email it to her, wait till she listens to it and then send it back, I can just be like, hey, Jess can come upstairs. And
this interesting combination of friendship, roommateship, and bandship. My bandmates are my best friends. Crossing that boundary into living territory, it seems like it goes pretty flawlessly because you just already know each other so well and you have things to level on. When we're home, we talk about what we have to do for the band and what we're working on. And I love coming home and hearing his weird synthy sounds in the attic. He's working on something, and I come up and check it out, and it's just a really nice creative environment.
Make a salad. Do you want some cheese?
no, Jess.
I have so much cheese.
Let's square this up with the picture.
We could get the actual champagne glasses and use that too.
Yeah, we're living the domestic band life. I feel like our particular house is kind of off the beaten path a little bit from a lot of the noisier areas and parts of Northeast, which I really like. I like things this feels almost like a little cabin that, you can go out if you want to, but then you always can just retreat here and relax at the end of the day. As far as where I live, I like things to be a bit more mellow, just because I don't feel like I'm really in a place anymore where I can do the 8 roommates living in a crusty house type of thing. That just gets really exhausting. And so. Hold on a second. So a lot of the inspiration behind the music, it first starts with the instrumental part. I do a lot of sampling, and I like to take a sample and mangle it beyond recognition. Usually I'll just be kind of dinking around on my equipment, and then I'll hear like a sound or like a loop or something that strikes me and really gets me interested. And then you kind of go down this trail of creating this into like a bigger and bigger production, and then it becomes more or less an instrumental track. And that usually, for me, dictates the lyrical content that goes over top of it. We have a record that's yet to be released. It's called Aqua Dungeon After Dark. The Aqua Dungeon was what I called the house I used to live in. A lot of the lyrical content kind of relates to being isolated and kind of just staying in your apartment. Especially when I was living there, like during the winter times, there'd be, you know, a week or two would go by without me leaving the apartment, and just kind of trying to find new meaning and new significance in the things around you that you see every day.
Sun become the killer, door turn piranha, hair like Nirvana. Backspace, anything not cheap thrills. So chill, I kick flip the heat bill. Got busy, really not getting busy. To the fly on the wall, put your wing up if you're with me. Post fun and I'm mad depressed. I don't try and I don't get dressed. So when the couch hit me up for the guest verse, I broke bread with a moth in a sweatshirt.
The music videos that we've shot have these really interesting themes that tie into this whole like packaging of who he is and like the music he creates. And I thought that was so cool and intentional and, you know, honest.
Alright. Saw the lava on the floor, but I'm into it. Saw the devil in the ceiling. Good night.
He's like one of the smartest producers I've ever met. He knows more about synths than anybody I know, and just I love the care and appreciation that he puts into the live show.
Never not yawning my feeling.
That was always kind of a big question mark when I was getting the project up and going, like how do I want to translate this live, because there's so many things that are like very production heavy that you can't really recreate live. And so what came together is Jess is playing drums to give it like the core of the live feel. And we have some backing tracks going, and then I'm singing and playing the synthesizer. But I also have a light show that's programmed exactly in tune with the music. Because a lot of those lights I have in my apartment or in my studio when I was creating the songs. So I feel like if I have them out here for the people to see too, it opens up the world that I'm creating a bit more to them.
It's just a different stylistic drumming thing than I've really done before. I'm almost like a computer. Like, you know, I'm replicating all these beats he's made himself. You know, in the new stuff, it's more, we're working together a little bit more on it, but being able to like come in and replicate his ideas on acoustic drums is really fun for me. You know, once my new space is set up downstairs, that's gonna be life-changing for me, and we'll be able to practice in the house and like literally just do the band all the time. So yeah, it's really great.
always listening to music. I'm always creating music. I'm always like finding new pieces of gear to learn and kind of pick apart. Music to me is just become me in general. This is like what I identify with. This is my creative outlet. This is it. This is basically my world. Everything revolves around music.
Postcards is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota. Additional support provided by Margaret A. Cargill Philanthropies, Mark and Margaret Yakel-Julien on behalf of Shalom Hill Farms, a retreat and conference center in a prairie setting near Windham, Minnesota. On the web at shalomhillfarm.org. Alexandria, Minnesota, a year-round destination with hundreds of lakes, trails, and attractions for memorable vacations and events. More information at explorealex.com. The Lake Region Arts Council's Arts Calendar, an arts and cultural heritage funded digital calendar showcasing upcoming art events and opportunities for artists in West Central Minnesota. On the web at lrac4calendar.org. Playing today's new music plus your favorite hits, 96.7 Cram. Online at 967cram.com.